What if I told you that we built a website for one of the biggest electronic music brands in the world, shot a launch video for a mental health startup,
and flew to Peru to speak at a creative conference, all adding up to 10,000 euros worth of work in just 1 week?
So we came here to Elro, the offices they have here in Barcelona, to discuss how the progress is going on the website we're building for them. Alright, so since we're here, I'm gonna tell you what the progress is. We're creating a website, elroorigins.com, and initially that was the marketing campaign for a comic, like an illustration book or like a graphic novel or something like that. And so I thought it'd be interesting to create like a hub of content. I thought that the story that it's told in the comic, which is basically the story of Elro and the family behind it, would be very interesting to consume in different formats. In the same way you can consume the comic, you can also go and then consume the stories and the people behind all of this. So I thought it'd be interesting to create a website about that.
This was the biggest project of the 3 we were working on that week, and finishing it would put us past the halfway mark to our 10K goal. Everything was going fine, but then something happened.
I brought the idea to a meeting with Juan, the founder of Elro. At this point, the website wasn't finished yet, but I wanted to show Juan how the project was going. The problem was, he thought what I was showing him was the final result, and he didn't seem happy about it, which kinda sucked. Fortunately, I managed to explain that this was just a preview, not even close to the final stage. After that meeting, I rushed to set up another one with our web designer Jesus to tell him we needed to make some changes and speed things up if we really wanted this website to rise.
And hola.
With these changes in mind, Jesus showed me some features and versions of the website that are going to make it stand out. After the meeting, we went back to Elro with Juan, who showed us hundreds of photos and content we can incorporate into the site. He also talked about how the business has changed over the years, especially the party scene and the music, which was really cool.
Carmen Sevilla y Augusto Laguero. Para que la gente...
Yeah. Alright, day 2 had a pretty tight schedule. First, we went to Norma Comics, the biggest comic publisher in Spain.
Guys, this is so cool. I've never been in a place like this, and just seeing how actually a book is made, it's super cool.
Halfway through building the site, we realized it'd be great to create some extra content. So we filmed the making of the comic and a few additional pieces. Most of it was pretty straightforward, so we priced it at 2,600, which means we finally got to add our first bit of money towards the 10K goal.
We set up 2 shooting sessions, one at Elro and another in our studio, where we prepared the set for the launch video of Oliva, a mental health startup.
So let me show you what we have here. So we've got this background, we got it in the same color as their brand, and this is the setup we have. So we have a key light, we have these 2 tubes here. It makes it look like a bit more modern than if you just have the roll up. And we have I don't know if you can see it there, the backlight, and it's very straightforward, but it should look pretty nice.
We charged 3,000 euros for a simple launch video, which got us past the halfway mark of our goal. But it was already Wednesday, so we would have to push hard to finish the website in the next 3 days if we wanted to hit those 10K.
That meant day 3 was also intense. First, we had a nice morning with Elro crew presenting the comic. Immediately after that, we rushed to the studio to do the last shots for the finished comic, so we had all the raw material we needed for the website.
It's a wrap. I had 12 hours of shooting. We're done. Alvaro, I like it. Let's go. Amazing work.
After resting for a couple of hours, a creative conference was waiting for us on the other side of the world in Peru, so we packed everything we needed and headed to our flight. As expected, the deadline for a raw video was coming up, so I had to finish everything while I was on the plane.
What's up, everybody? We are at the airport because we're about to get in a flight, well, in 3 flights for I don't know how many hours, because we are flying to Peru. And I'm bringing Pau with me because we're gonna make some content. Say hi to vlog, Pau. Hey, vlog. And because after the keynote and the workshop that I have on the weekend, we've extended this trip for a few more days, and we're going to Machu Picchu, which is it's our first time in Peru, so that's gonna be super exciting. I'm like pumped about it. We're actually a bit late for the flight, so yeah, we'll just continue talking later.
But of course, this week was going too smoothly to be real. Apparently, an airport worker told us we were really late for our flight, and that was the last thing we needed. Guys, this was the most stupid thing. It's fucking midnight, there's nobody at the airport. This guy just said like, you need to run. So we just started running with like not thinking about it, because you don't want to miss an intercontinental flight. Like, what the hell? And then we arrived at the gate, boarding hasn't even started. And after that awkward moment, we continued our journey as normal.
Honestly, public speaking is one of the things that I really enjoy about my career. I usually charge 5,000 euros for private speaking gigs, but this one was sponsored by the school where I did my master's, so I decided to just waive a fee.
When we arrived in Peru, we immediately headed to the conference venue to coordinate details on how the event would be held. And after getting to know the flow of the conference, we spent the rest of the day exploring the city and trying everything Arequipa had to offer.
I also finally finished the website, just in time for it to go live. At the end of the day, this is just a simple landing page built on Framer, but the clean design and solid storytelling elevate it into a cool brand experience. We charged 5,600 euros for the site, and we smashed our goal by bringing our total revenue to 11,400 euros by the end of the week.
Day 6 brought us almost to the end of this trip. We arrived at the Creative Talks conference, and after watching some of the earlier presentations and setting up everything I needed for my talk, it was my turn.
Presentamos desde España en el escenario de los Talks a Alex Antolini.
Soy director creativo, me voy a presentar un poco para que nos conozcamos, pero vamos a hablar básicamente en la siguiente hora de cómo crear una marca en la attention economy.
With the conference going as planned, the only thing left in our list was visiting Machu Picchu, the Inca citadel high in the Andes Mountains of Peru.
I'm gonna be honest, on my way to Machu Picchu, I felt a strong feeling of gratitude. It feels like such a privilege that after many years of hard work, my job now takes me around the world, meeting inspiring people and discovering incredible places like this.
And that wraps one of the most intense weeks of this year, so subscribe if you think I deserve some rest.